Mackey Arena. Tip is up. Flipped around and won by the Buckeyes.
Already J.C. Sheldon operating on the outside.
It'll be Kateri Poole commanding the offense for Kevin McGuff's squad. McGuff in his 9th season in Columbus, as Poole driving in. Right hand high off the glass and in.
Great pass from Mikesell. Poole just goes right in for the easy layup, gets the first points of the day.
A little bit of a press from the Buckeyes. It's Madison Layden control the ball at half court. Layden, leading scorer for this Boilermakers team. 13 points per game as Ellis tries to drive inside and finds Harden. You mentioned Cassidy Harden before the game as Ellis unloads from 3, can't find it. Layden tracks down the rebound. Great effort there from Madison Layden. A tough shot for the Boilermakers, with time winding down as Harden has it. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Off to Terry. Terry floats it inside. Bad pass, can't find Kyle. And the Boilermakers can convert on second chance points.
That's one play you're going to see a lot of tonight if you're a Boilermaker fan. Janae Terry with a quick toss into Rashea Kyle. She may be tall, but she's not that tall. That one sails out of bounds.
Kyle is the tallest player in Purdue women's basketball history and the tallest player in the Big Ten this year. As J.C. Sheldon trying to find Taylor Mikesell off the curl. That pass going out of bounds. So teams exchange turnovers. The Boilermakers will take over. It's a 2-0 Buckeye lead here in the first quarter of Mackey Arena. Still a press from the Buckeyes. Layden trying to get the offense set. Up to Ellis. Ellis, 10 on the shot clock. Guarded by Poole. Off to Layden. Boilermakers working the shot clock deep inside. Once again, Terry off to Layden. Layden, a deep three from way downtown. Can't find the mark. And ball went off the hands of Rashea Kyle. So Alex, really hard time finding open shots for the Boilermakers on offense so far.
0 for 2 from the field. 0 for 2 from 3. Boilermakers not up to a strong start from the shooting perspective.
Mikula controls it on the near block, working against Rashea Kyle. And Rebecca Mikula played professionally in Europe before coming to Ohio State, gets the bucket. And off the break, Abby Ellis hesitating, pump faking on the perimeter, lifted that foot, and another Boilermakers turnover. And Ohio State defense really off to a fast start. Kateri Poole will bring it up. 6 points for her against Syracuse in the Buckeyes' last outing. She'll control the offense. Mikesell, good feed inside. Mikula loses track of it. She'll find Sheldon. Sheldon driving baseline, a nice floater in traffic. J.C. Sheldon showing off her scoring arsenal. And Buckeyes dominating in the paint so far.
Sheldon first on the team in points per game, averaging about 20.
This time Ellis doesn't hesitate, but can't find the mark on the 3. Back out after Harden gets the offensive rebound. Cassidy Harden leading this team in 3-point percentage. Goes swing around inside the Kyle. A nice entry pass for Kyle. Unfriendly roll. Commits the foul. Going for the rebound. And Purdue once again comes up bucketless as they haven't scored the first 3 minutes.
That was uncharacteristic of Rashea Kyle. She puts it right where it needs to be off the glass, but it just got an unfavorable roll, and the Buckeyes catch a break.
Poole now lasers it inside. Mikula double team comes, and they'll call her for the travel. Good help defense there from Madison Layden. And the Boilers force the turnover in the paint.
Mikula already being a presence in the paint. You see the double team already coming from the Boilermakers.
Ellis finds Layden up top. Transferring on to Harden. She'll uncork for the first time today. Too strong off the far side of the rim. Braxton Miller controlling the rebound for the Buckeyes. Poole aggressive off the drive. Gets blocked, and Terry tracks it down for the Boilers. slow things down. Wide open, Abby Ellis, corner three. She knocks it down.
Good sequence for the Boilermakers. Gets that confidence up. Janae Terry with a great steal over in the corner. Abby Ellis hitting the corner.
First bucket of the day for the Boilermakers as they start 1 of 6. On the board, though, nonetheless. Layden tries to go for the steal. Open lane for Sheldon. Can't find the layup amidst the contact. Now Terry finds Layden in transition. She unloads from 3, and Madison Layden ties it up at 6.
These Boilermakers can shoot when they get hot. It took a while to get going, but now it seems like they've got the Buckeyes on the ropes here in the first quarter.
Layden, such a threat from three-point, really seeing the Boilermakers' two best shooters, Cassidy Harden and Madison Layden, get them back in this game after a very slow start. Poole drives in, that pass deflected. Harden tracks it down for Purdue. Ellis driving inside, pump faking, double clutch, and Abby Ellis gives the Boilermakers the lead. It's an 8-0 run for Purdue.
Abby Ellis averaging almost 10 for the Boilermakers a game. She's already halfway there with 6.
Mikesell, top of the key, off to Sheldon, left side. Top of the key 3 from Mikula-Shikova, off the target. And Purdue controls the rebound once again. Harden, left side for 3, just too short. Would have sent the Mackey faithful into a frenzy had she made that one. But on the other end, Poole driving in, tough contact, no call. And the Purdue defense holds strong once again.
Ohio State on a 3-minute scoring drought now. Purdue 3 for 5 of their last field goals.
No foul calls yet on either side, or checking just the one on Rashea Kyle. Mikesell finds Rebecca Mikula-Shikova, and she'll take the mid-range jumper. A lot of range from Mikula-Shikova as a bad pass from Terry. Press gets the best of her. Now Mikesell, left side 3, nothing but net. Taylor Mikesell, open look. Now she'll hit that probably 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely, quite the shooter is Taylor Mikesell. First in 3-point percentage for the Buckeyes, 53.3%.
Cassie Harden nearly responds. But Rashea Kyle cleaning up the boards, getting the putback.
That's exactly what Kyle needs to do to get going. Easy putbacks, easy points off the rebounds.
Both teams playing with energy, as they'll say that ball out of bounds off the Buckeyes. Saw the initial call was out of bounds off Purdue. Very successful coach in college basketball.
And speaking of success, can't say that without Kevin McGuff. 6th season as Ohio State's head coach with a .672 winning percentage.
Boilermakers have the ball out of the timeout after the out-of-bounds call on the Buckeyes. Terry controls on the right side. Janae Terry, the hero in that last game against Georgia Tech, but once again, a miscommunication, her second turnover. Try to find Layden off the curl. So Boilers can't take the lead, and Buckeyes take over. Once again, an offensive foul call on Braxton Miller, trying to drive in. As Ricky Woltman checked in for the Boilers at the timeout, as well as Ricky Harris checking in for the Buckeyes. But Alex, Braxton Miller playing for Ohio State, kind of a familiar sight for Buckeye fans, just on a different sport.
Braxton Miller, the former Ohio State quarterback and receiver and Heisman finalist when he was in his tenure with the Buckeyes. It's a funny situation, and I don't imagine they'll have any less success with this Braxton Miller.
Shot clock winding down, 5 seconds to go. Harden finds Woltman inside. Woltman, triple team comes, tough defense. And they'll say out of bounds off of the Buckeyes. This Buckeyes team, a lot of success over recent years, and Alex, you touched on it. Kevin McGuff, 6th season at Ohio State, doing a tremendous job.
2 Sweet 16 appearances for Coach McGuff and the Buckeyes in his tenure. And in his first year, he landed the #2 recruiting class in the nation.
Layden can't get the shot off as the shot clock expires. Miller has it on the other end. Sheldon wide open from a good pass from Miller. And J.C. Sheldon hits it from downtown.
Great awareness by Braxton Miller. She was kind of stuffed with the double team down in the paint. And J.C. Sheldon was hitting the 3.
Cassidy Harden says, I'll take one too. She responds. Boilers loving the 3 ball early. Already 10 attempts from behind the arc. Really seeing Katie Gerald's squad unleash as Woltman commits the foul inside on the J.C. Sheldon drive. Woltman's first foul will be on the shot, so Sheldon with a 92% clip at the line will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
At the line for Ohio State, shooting 2, number 4, J.C. Sheldon.
And Alex, the announcer jinxed there as Sheldon misses the first free throw, 92% on the year from the charity stripe.
That's first in the Big Ten.
She'll split the pair at the line. Still seeing a press in the backcourt from the Buckeyes, causing some problems for the Boilers early on. As Terry controls it at the midcourt P. Brooke Moore checking into the game for the Boilers for the first time today.
Brooke Moore, a key piece of this scoring offense for the Boilermakers last year.
Leading returning scorer for this Boiler squad is Harden. Another 3. Can't find the mark.
Boilermakers 3 for 10 from outside the arc today. Not a great, 3 for 11.
Mikesell, mid-range elbow jumper in transition. Mikesell, so good off the dribble. She really causes a problem for a lot of defenders.
Buckeyes on a great trend here. 4 of their last 4 from the field.
Mikesell's got 5 as we approach under a minute to play in this first quarter. As Layden, shot clock dwindling, tries to find Woltman off the roll. Woltman can't corral it. Buckeyes in transition once again, but Madison Layden picks it off in transition. Layden with the quick reaction. Getting that ball. Brooke Moore now. Pull up J off the mark. Terry tries to corral for the Boilers, but Braxton Miller tracks it down for Ohio State as they'll likely hold for the last shot with the shot clock turned off.
Janae Terry working physical, trying to force another turnover, maybe give the Boilermakers something to work with.
Miller rolling left side, double clutch. Can't find the target. Terry now, 2 seconds left in the backcourt. She'll unheave from half court, and Terry, no buzzer beater magic this time. As we reach the end of the first quarter, Ohio State leads 17-13. We'll take a quick break, but keep it tuned here to Big Ten Plus. We're back here at Mackey Arena, start of the second quarter. Ohio State leading the Purdue Boilermakers 17-13. Dave Wiederhaft joined alongside Alex Brophy. As Alex really saw a barrage of 3s in that first quarter for the Boilermakers.
Yeah, Boilermakers off to a hot start from 3, and then they got super, super cold, shooting 3 of 11 so far. And here's an interesting fact. They only shot 11 total in that game against Georgia Tech. They've already reached the game high after the first quarter.
Brooke Moore can't convert on offense for the Boilers. J.C. Sheldon, a tough look, can't get it to fall. And Janae Terry quick on the other end, off the glass. Janae Terry calls bank and gets on the scoreboard.
Janae Terry is deadly from outside that elbow. Great mid-range jump shooter.
Nearly a travel there from Heaven Bristow. As Cassidy Harden fighting for the offensive rebound. And they'll call a foul on the Buckeyes. Heaven Bristow committing the fouls. Abby Ellis will check into the game for the Buckeyes, and Harden checks out after the foul. Still seeing a press from the Buckeyes. Terry trapped, gets out of it. Boilers doing a nice job of breaking the press as Layden fires away from 3, can't get it. Rashea Kyle tracks down the rebound and hands it off to Abby Ellis. Kyle doing a nice job in Boilers Nice job inside.
That's exactly what you want from your center. Big, physical, go get those rebounds, get us those points.
4 offensive boards for the Boilers as Layden from way downtown off back iron, tipped out. Boilers can't get the offensive board this time, as Sheldon will track it down for Ohio State. Bristow, a turnover once again, trying to find Beecham down low. 7th turnover for the Buckeyes. Boilers trying to convert. It's Ellis far side. She'll pump fake, pull up jumper, and Abby Ellis ties it up at 17.
3 for 5 today is Abby Ellis with 7 points. Boilermakers really need her to do a great job with those easy shots. As a point guard, needed to fall in love with easy baskets, and she is today.
It's a hot start for Ellis, who averages around 9 points per game, as Beecham can't hit for the Buckeyes. Purdue with a chance to take the lead here. Nearing the midway point in the second quarter. Terry crossing over, she'll find more. Book Moore, floater, driving in, gets the bucket and the foul. Brooke Moore says, give me the fries and the shake. She's going to the line for an extra free throw.
Brooke Moore not afraid to drive into the lane. You see that she just laid that one in and draws the foul.
Now some discussion as both teams will head for a timeout.
2 points with the chance for another here for Brooke Moore.
Moore at the line, and she sinks it. Boilers, a 3-point lead here. 7.5 to go in the second quarter. As a slow start for the 18th ranked Buckeyes. Ohio State losing their last game against Syracuse 97-91 earlier this week. And Rebecca Mikula-Shakova trapped top of the key. Nice pass to Sheldon, dump off to Miller. Miller spinning around, and they'll call a travel. Another Buckeyes turnover, their 8th. And Alex, the Purdue defense making a little bit of a statement here in the early going.
That's one thing the Boilermakers need to do all season long, but especially here today against a tough Ohio State team. Be physical. Don't be afraid to get in their face. Of course, you don't want to get in foul trouble, but draw as many as you can.
Brooke Moore, bounce pass inside to Kyle, who finds Ellis streaking in. Ellis's layup just short. It was a nice pass from Kyle. How will the Buckeyes respond? Poole driving in, tough take. And she'll get fouled by Madison Layden. Poole had Abby Ellis all turned around after a quick crossover. And she'll go to the line for her first free throws of the day.
Buckeyes 1 for 2 from the line today.
Poole misses that one. 6 points in their last game against Syracuse is a hard take. Driving in against Madison Layden. Poole's second free throw on the way and good. She shoots 56% from the line on the year, so splitting the pair is usual for Poole, as Purdue still leads by 2. Layden firing it into Kyle, working against Mikula-Shakova. Can't get it to go, and the Buckeyes rip down the rebound. Sheldon in transition finds a wide open Mikesell in the corner. Mikesell hits the top of the backboard. Unusual from the sharpshooter. And Ellis, a little too fast in transition. That ball gets tipped out of bounds by the Buckeyes. So Purdue now will reset.
Taylor Mikesell, the transfer from the University of Oregon, got her fingertips on that one. Stopped what could have been a Brooke Moore corner 3.
And Mikesell is usually so good from behind the arc, 53%. Bounced that last one off the top of the backboard as Moore. The triple won't go. Layden gets the rebound. And Brooke Moore gets trapped on the baseline. I'll say it went out of bounds off of her. She wanted a foul call. But Alex, looking at the offensive rebounds, 5 for the Boilers, none for the Buckeyes, as well as 8 Ohio State turnovers. Really a slow start for Kevin McGuff's, Buckeyes team.
You read my mind, David. 5 offensive rebounds for the Boilermakers, none for the Buckeyes. Those second chance points are going to be huge all night long, and they're part of the reasons why the Boilers have a 2-point lead. Make it even score, 20-20 all.
Braxton Miller gets it to go for her first points of the afternoon. Terry controlling the offense once again, going to Kyle down low. Kyle spinning around in the paint, right hand. Can't get it, only 2 points for Rashea Kyle. Rebecca Mikula-Shakova doing a nice job as Miller driving in, gets fouled. Look at Janae Terry on the foul. So Miller will go back to the line, and Alex, I think maybe driving in and working the paint, maybe a more formidable option for the Buckeyes against the Boilermaker defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Boilermakers 0 for 4 for the and a scoring drop for the last 2 minutes, but the Buckeyes really finding their rhythm here, shooting 47 from the field, 50 from the 3, and 50 from the free throw line. Braxton Miller trying to increase that percentage.
She'll miss the first, Alex. Seems like we're saying the opposite of what's going to happen at the free throw line, but you know, this Ohio State offense gets hot. They are very hard to stop as Miller splits the pair once again, gives the Buckeyes a 1-point lead. Boilermakers 0 of their last 4 field goal attempts as Jayla Smith, the freshman, checking in the game for the first time for the Boilermakers. They'll swing it around after 11 threes in the first quarter, only 3 in the second. Shot clock inside 5 now. Smith working it around to Terry. Terry trying to find Jayla Smith. She'll corral it at the buzzer. Janae Terry, right place, right time. Another offensive board for the Boilermakers, and Cass Harden nearly putting them back in the lead, but she can't convert from downtown.
Janae Terry with a beautiful effort for the Boilermakers. They just can't convert.
Now Braxton Miller can't find pay dirt on the 3. Abby Ellis driving inside. Acrobatic left hand. Reverse layup won't go in traffic. Ellis maybe a little too ambitious on that drive. But Miller uncorks from 3 again, and she buries the triple. Braxton Miller catching fire here for the Buckeyes in the second quarter of play.
Braxton Miller 1 for 2, and the Buckeyes on a 7-0 run here in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Boilermakers looking for an answer on offense. Abby Ellis, can she give it to him? Off the mark, a very deep 3 from Abby Ellis.
Abby Ellis 1 for 4 from outside the arc, shooting 25%. I'd really like to see the point guard drive in for some of those more easy points. I know the Buckeyes have a tough defense right now, but you got to fight for those points. You're only down 4 against the number 18 team in the nation.
Boilermakers 3 for 16 from behind the arc. As Poole has it top of the key. Miscommunication on defense from the Boilermakers. Her 3 won't go, and Woltman skies up for the rebound.
Woltman with the rebound. She came back in for Kyle after she struggled a little bit.
Ricky Woltman has seen a lot of improvement under Katie Gerald's so far this year. She's got a career high in points with 9.
Ricky Woltman last year as a sophomore, 6'4", but not really growing into her size. That's one thing Katie Gerald has helped her accomplish a lot, is be a lot more focused and less clunky in the paint.
Heads up steal on the other end from Abby Ellis.
Boilermakers with 4 points off of turnovers today. Let's see if they can make it 6.
No points in the last 4.5 minutes. And they'll get Ricky Woltman with the foul, illegal screen. That's her second foul. After getting up to a 3-point lead, like you said, Alex, a 7-0 run for Ohio State. And Purdue, really no answers on offense.
0 for their last 9.
Mikula has it, trying to find Gracie Sheldon. She'll drive in, and they'll call a charge. Cass Harden standing tough in the lane, bracing the contact. And they'll call J.C. Sheldon with the charge.
Cass Harden just taking one for the team. She was a bench player last year, but it's moments like that that get you in the starting lineup, and she's really earned it this year.
Harden, a team captain, named in the preseason. Her, Madison Layden, Janae Terry, the 3 captains for the Boilers. As look at her bracing the contact, standing tall in the paint. And she'll force another Buckeyes turnover. 10 turnovers for the Buckeyes. As Boilers trying to get back to a 1-possession game. Layden fires over to Smith, right spot. Smith over to Kyle, who check back in. A nice up and under move from Rashea Kyle. She gets the Boilermakers back within 2 points. Now Poole driving in, but they'll get an offensive foul. Poole lowering the shoulder. She's not happy. Coach Kevin McGuff's not happy. Another turnover for the Buckeyes, and Purdue with a chance to tie or take the lead. Harden can't corral the pass, and an uncharacteristic mistake from the senior captain we were just talking about. So Purdue with a chance to take the lead. A turnover, and the Buckeyes take over.
Only 8 turnovers for the Boilers tonight. Buckeyes with 11.
Nikki Harris firing over to Poole. Poole, a cross-court pass to Gabby Hutcherson, getting her first minutes of the game. Down low, Mikula and a travel. She is very upset, and another Ohio State turnover. And Alex, for the #1 offense in women's college hoops, just 24 points with under 2 minutes to go in the second half, and really the turnovers are what's doing it in for Kevin McGuff's team.
Turnovers and offensive rebounds. Boilers with 6, Buckeyes with none. It's the little things that win you the game, and the Boilers are on top of that right now.
So although Ohio State leads Purdue, feels like they're in this game, and Rashea Kyle can't hit that one. Looks like Rebecca Mikula maybe catching some contact.
Rashea Kyle just going up for the post up. I don't know if she elbowed maybe Mikula. I couldn't see it for a second, but she is definitely down in some pain.
We are back here at Mack Arena after a brief timeout. It's Ohio State basketball after the injury. Mikesell down low, working against Layden, and a travel once again. A Buckeyes turnover. Taylor Mikesell not happy about that one. With just over a minute to go, Boilers chance to take the lead here, down by 2.
That's back-to-back travel calls on possessions for the Buckeyes. A couple of them in the paint, and honestly, that one was a little questionable to me, but obviously I'm not an official.
Ellis, top of the key, she'll drive in, bouncing it out to Harden. Cassidy Harden, 3 points, 1 for 6 from the field. Has a nice entry pass. Kyle, tough angle. Can't get it to fall. Would have tied the game up now. Under a minute to play. Shot clock still on. Kateri Poole has it for Ohio State. Trying to milk this clock most likely. And they'll get an off-ball foul. Rashea Kyle. Off the ball, her second foul.
Saw a little shove there at the top of the elbow.
Kyle will check out Mide Oriyami coming into the game for the first time for Purdue. As we'll reset under the basket, nearly a bad pass. Beecham tried to throw it across court, hit the rim. Would have been one of the wackiest makes you'll ever see had that gone in, but just bouncing off the rim. So Boilers now, shot clock turned off.
Imagine the Boils used the entire clock here. Janae Terry scored the game winner against Georgia Tech with only 1.4 seconds on the clock.
Terry looking for an option out to Layden. Layden pump faking out to Terry again. Terry, top of the key. She'll drive in, contact, gets stuffed. There was no foul call.
The ball correctly. You're shooting 26 from the field, 9 for 35, 18 from the 3 for 17. That just need to change. But on the bright side, the Boilermakers do have some success over ranked opponents this year. That win over 17 FSU snapped a 19-game losing streak versus top 25 opponents.
Back underway in the third quarter. Starts with a Braxton Miller outside jumper for Buckeyes. After the slow start all first half, get on the board on their first possession here in the third quarter. Ellis now driving in for the Boilers, finds Kyle down low. Kyle can't control it, and another travel as Kyle wanted a foul call. And Alex, a lot of travels called between these two teams.
A lot of misuse of the basketball into the paint has led to a couple turnovers off of travels. I don't think it's anything that each team is going to spend a ton of time in film on. It's just getting back to the basics.
And Rebecca Mikula-Shikova checking back into the game after briefly exiting in that second quarter. Gets her third basket of the day. She's got 6 points and a nice little 4-0 run for the Buckeyes. Layden can't get it from the corner three as Janae Terry and Kateri Poole battle for the rebound. They'll get Terry with the foul. That's her first of the afternoon, or check it, her second, team's first of the half. Buckeyes, chance to expand on the lead. Kateri Poole driving in left side. She gets fouled, makes the bucket. She'll hit the deck a little bit.
What a play from Kateri Poole. Janae Terry has nothing to do but stand up and take the foul. Kateri Poole just goes up for the easy layup, and the Buckeyes off to a nice roll to start this second half.
We mentioned the slow start in the first, quite the opposite here in the second. Buckeyes really putting the pedal to the metal, opening out with a 6-0 run as Poole. Chance to extend on this lead from the free throw line. It's up, can't convert, but Rebecca Mikula-Shikova, a second chance points, cleaning up the boards, getting up to a 10-point lead for the Buckeyes.
The second offensive rebound of the night for the Buckeyes turns into some points.
Rebecca Mikula-Shikova cleaning up the boards as Harden tries to lob it in for Rashea Kyle, and now Alex, it's the Boilers committing the turnovers in this third quarter as we got some substitutions. Mide Oreyami checking in for Janae Terry, and Ricky Woolman coming in for Rashea Kyle for Purdue.
Keeping your lineups fresh is going to be key in this second half. Already Ohio State out to a nice little run, but giving them a couple different looks might help you.
Mikesell, open three, offensive foul call. Rebecca Mikula-Shikova, illegal screen. Mikesell didn't hit the three anyhow, so Boilers will take over, still carrying over from the first half. No Boiler made shots in quite a while. About 6 minutes of game time, I believe. As Layden drives in baseline, as gets it with the right hand on the baseline. Nice response from Madison Layden.
Those kinds of plays are what made Madison Layden a Big Ten all-freshman player back in 2020. And her three-point ability is just impeccable. I really hope we get to see her get hot tonight because it's quite a show.
Braxton Miller with a three off the screen. Didn't find anything. So Boilers, a chance to get back into this game after the hot start from the Buckeyes. Alice, that pass goes off her foot. She's able to corral it. Off the Harden. Harden Finding Layden driving in. Layden, tough take, right hand with the contact, no foul. But 4 straight points for Madison Layden now. Lead down to 6. Mikesell off the transition pass. Buries the triple, and a nice response from Taylor Mikesell and the Buckeyes.
If you're Purdue, that one hurt. Mikesell with an open look just drains the 3 to take away all the Boilermakers' confidence.
Layden, her own 3, hits the bottom of the net. 7 straight points for Madison Layden. She's catching fire in this second half. On the other end now, Miller, her shot won't go. That ball tipped out of bounds, and they'll say off of Purdue. Both players going for that offensive rebound off the inbound pass. Taylor Mikesell, the floater, really showing that she's a 3-level scorer in this contest. She now has 10, and back up to an 8-point lead for the Buckeyes.
Boilermakers 3 for 3 on their last possessions. Make it 4 for 4.
Nice find inside, Abby Ellis to Oriyami. And now these teams opening up the scoring a little bit. Poole on the other end. They'll get her with a double dribble. So another Buckeyes turnover.
16 turnovers today for the Buckeyes. Boilermakers with 8 points off those turnovers.
Boilers 4 of their last 4 in this third quarter. Trying to reclaim the lead in this contest. Harden has it right side. Oriyami driving in, tough mid-range look. And a contested shot from Oriyami. Won't fall. Now Miller wide open in transition, and Braxton Miller buries another one. Miller left open, and a crucial bucket there for Ohio State. Miller's got 11 points, up to a 9-point lead now for the Buckeyes. Ellis driving in, wide open, lane to the hoop. Both these teams, Alex, got a bit of a shootout here in the third quarter.
Sloppy start for both teams in the first half. A quick reset in the locker room. Coaches get on you a little bit, and now the scoring starts.
Mikula Shikova driving in, blocked by Woltman. That goes out of bounds off Ohio State. Good defense there from Ricky Woltman. Getting the block, and the ball going out of bounds off the Buckeyes. So Purdue keeping it within arm's length here at home. Harden finds Oriyami inside. And another travel call for the Boilers. That'll lead into a timeout taken on the floor. Really opens up at Wisconsin. But coming out of the timeout. 7-point lead for the Buckeyes. Poole going at it. She'll drive in. Tough take right side. Won't go. Offensive rebound for the Buckeyes. Won't fall. Woltman gets the rebound. A new sub into the game. Rokia Doumbia checking into the game for the Buckeyes. Her first action of today's game. Does not typically see a lot of minutes. There's a wide open 3 near corner. Too short for Harris. And Woltman tracks down the rebound.
2 rebounds in a row for Ricky Woltman. Really love what she's doing. Just getting out there, extending her arms, and going to get that ball.
It was a 2-point Ohio State lead at halftime. Since then, 16 points in the third quarter for the Buckeyes, opposed to the Boilers 11. Woltman's got it inside. She'll find more in the far corner. Her 3, too far. Can't track down the rebound. Buckeyes now off the break. Poole driving in. And another drawn charge by Cassidy Harden. Once again, putting her body on the line, staying tall in the paint, and taking the charge.
Cassidy Harden is all guts, all glory. Love what she's doing today, keeping the Buckeyes off the board and playing tough.
You kind of saw as Poole drove down the court, Harden was planning on taking that charge. Surprised Poole maybe didn't pull up for a jumper, or maybe a Euro step trying to avoid the charge. His contact looked pretty inevitable on that play as Harden unleashes from deep, too short. Boilermakers just one made three since the first quarter, 4 for 22 on the day. Beecham corrals it. She'll find Poole left side. Her three on the way. Can't hit anything, and both these teams now. A slow start coming out of the timeout.
Scoring drought of 2 minutes for each team, but the Boilermakers in a comfortable position. Buckeyes 0 for their last 5. This is a prime opportunity to get back in it. Make some easy shots and put yourself in a position to come back down 7.
And an offensive foul on Ricky Woltman through the screen. That'll be her third foul. She'll stay in the game as Rashea Kyle. Oh, never mind. Rashea Kyle will get ready to check into the game as Gerald's lifts her off the bench. Back here. Mikesell, her three on the way. That hits the bottom of the net. Taylor Mikesell. Back up to a 10-point lead now for the Buckeyes.
Mikesell 3 for 5 tonight. 2 big threes here in this third quarter for the Buckeyes.
Left side now, Layden. Her three on the way. She responds. Madison Layden.
Queen of the rebuttal 3 is Madison Layden here tonight.
So lead remains at 7 for the Buckeyes. 3 on the way from Harris. She can't connect. Now inside for Beecham. That won't go, and Boilers, track down the rebound.
Good effort from Beecham, just couldn't hold on to it as she tried to put that one back up for some points.
Layden's got it now right side. Clock now inside 2 to play in this third quarter. Boilers have kept the Buckeyes at arm's length this entire matchup. Harden driving in, right hand. Won't go, but a foul. Tough take there from Cassidy Harden. They'll get the foul on J.C. Sheldon. So Harden will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Rashea Kyle checking back in for the Boilers. Kyle not having the most stellar night, but even on bad nights, she'd rather have her on the floor than not. She's better than most.
Harden, 50% from the line on the year, makes the first one. Second one on the way and good as well. Harden makes them both now down to a 5-point Ohio State lead. J.C. Sheldon, only 6 points from the Buckeyes' leading scorer on the day.
Buckeyes 1 of their last 8.
Mikesell, a runner, too short. Kyle grabs the rebound. And now a chance for the Boilers, making a 1-possession game.
And that's exactly why you put Kyle back in. 2 for 7 shooting, but those rebounds, the 6'6" length is what you need here. John, just 5, trying to get back into it.
Kyle setting a screen for Harden. She's in trouble, picks up her dribble. Out to Moore. Shot clock inside 7, driving in, quickness, left hand. Won't go, rebound batted out. Layden's got it, her 3. Off the back iron, but Doumbia. Another offensive board to Harden, her 3. Boilers can't hit on the 3 balls. Now Sheldon going the other way, right hand high off the glass, and a response from J.C. Sheldon.
Good response from the Buckeyes. Boilers just taking shot after shot. They're 5 for 25 from outside the arc tonight. Not a great stat you want to be on the side of.
They're going to hammer away at the 3 ball. You got to imagine Katie Geralds wants to see an uptick in that percentage as a foul off the entry pass for Rashea Kyle. Getting a little battered down low. So it'll stay here with the Boilers. Abby Ellis checking in the game for Brooke Moore.
Checking in for the Buckeyes, number 23,
Rebecca Mikula-Shikova checking in the game. Shot clock turned off for the Boilers. 22 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Mikulashikova draped all over Rashea Kyle down in the paint. Not going to let that one go easy.
Ellis, 5 seconds to go, going the right side, working against Miller. Ellis stopping, spinning, finding Kyle down low. Kyle gets it right at the buzzer. Boilers cut it to 5 on the last play of the third quarter. And Alex, a great find. Abby Ellis didn't panic and found Kyle down low.
She caught Mikulashikova sleeping on Rashea Kyle. She went over to the baseline to cover Ellis standing at just 5'6", but she misses the 6'6" giant. She puts it up for 2 at the buzzer. This year is the best year for that to change.
Got teams like this Ohio State team, Maryland, IU, a very crowded Big Ten, but Ohio State having their hands full with 6-2. Purdue, as we get this fourth quarter underway. Harden unleashes from the left side. That one off the mark. Harris now, nice transition pass, gets it up and puts the lead back at 7 for Ohio State. Boilers keeping really at arm's length all game long, even having the lead at certain points, but just really can't get over that hump. As they'll get an offensive foul on the Boilermakers. And Alex, now here in crunch time, last 10 minutes of a close game. You can't have those turnovers on offense.
Absolutely not. You're doing well. Points in the paint tonight, but turnovers have been the biggest problem for both teams here tonight. 17 for the Buckeyes, 13 for the Boilermakers.
As J.C. Sheldon driving in, couldn't get the bucket, and a foul call on the Buckeyes on the rebound attempt. We'll get Braxton Miller with the foul. We're trying to work their way back to a slimmer margin. Layden has it. She's trapped on the left side. Off to Harden.
By now, these Buckeyes have figured out what the Boilers can do when you give them space, so they're draped all over them here in the fourth quarter.
Inside feed to Kyle. Kyle physical. And they'll get a foul on Rashea Kyle, lowering that shoulder. That's her third foul. Now, we've seen those two, Rashea Kyle and Rebecca Mikulashikova, playing very physical all game long.
And that's exactly what you want if you're Mikulashikova. You want to hit the floor. You want to make her lose her temper, get her in foul trouble, and get her out of this game if you're Ohio State.
Nice pass inside, Mikulashikova getting it off the glass. A nice feed from Braxton Miller. Her second assist by Mikulashikova, up to 10 points on the afternoon.
3 Buckeyes in double digits, excuse me.
Ellis has it now. She's got 9 points on the day. Going baseline. A little stuck, turning around, and a nice job by Abby Ellis. You saw Harris kind of rotate over, and Ellis saw the open lane and got the floater to go. Still a 7-point Ohio State lead. Mikulashikova going to work against Kyle, and they'll get Rashea Kyle her 4th foul. As Mikulashikova will go to the line for 2 shots. Kyle will go to the bench. Woltman checks in. So foul trouble for the Boilers, and now they lose Kyle on offense.
Big loss for the Boilermakers. Kyle with 5 rebounds, Woltman with 5 rebounds today, but big loss for the Boilermakers as your biggest weapon has to take to the bench.
4 for 8 from the free throw line. Really not a lot of free throws from either side in this matchup. Only 8 for the Buckeyes, 9 now, and only 3 for the Boilermakers. Maybe Katie Gerald's squad will try and find a way to get to the line more in this fourth quarter. Ellis, she'll pump fake on the wing, driving in, jump stops, and they'll get her with a travel. Saw the jump stop, then the extra step, and another Boilermaker turnover. That's their 15th. So, Alex, we've seen Ohio State really clean it up in the second half with turnovers, but Boilers committing a lot more in the second half.
Absolutely. These Buckeyes playing more sound basketball here in the second half as she draws the foul with the bucket on that one. But you're still down, you're still up just 8-10 now after the foul. But Boilermakers still definitely in this game. They just have to clean up a few things.
Braxton Miller with the nice drive and the contact. And she can't make the and one free throw. We got Cassidy Harden with the foul on last possession. Janae Terry, a tough take, going coast to coast. Boilers still creeping in this game. Sheldon now an open look. She gets it, and the foul on Ricky Woltman as she tried to rotate over for the block. That's Woltman's fourth foul, so Boilermakers, two tallest players, both in danger in fouls, and Sheldon will go to the line for the and one free throw.
That's a detriment to your rebound game if you're Purdue. You're really close with the Buckeyes, 31-28 in terms of rebound, but the Buckeyes are 113 when they out-rebound their opponent, and that's a big one. You don't want to lose the battle.
Braxton Miller trying to save that ball, going out of bounds, taking a seat amongst the fans, maybe getting a little baseline view for Braxton Miller there. A hustle play from the senior forward from Dayton, Ohio. But still a 10-point lead for the Buckeyes. Boilers need a spark here. Rashea Kyle out of the game with 4 fouls. More off to Layden. She got 13 points. That one off the mark. Terry grabs the rebound. Ill-advised pass, gets it back. And they'll reset things here. Swinging around, Layden looking for a shot once more. Off to Moore. Jab step, driving in, shot clock dwindling. She'll throw that one up. That'll hit the top of the backboard. Shot clock violation on the Boilers. And now Alex, midway through this third quarter, Boilermakers got to find a run now if they want to win this game.
Boilermakers are taking their time too deep into the shot clock to be down 10 and miss these key shots. I want them to stop taking those 3 shots. It's clearly not been successful. You need to drive into the lane, maybe force a couple charge calls and get to the line.
Rashea Kyle still out of the game with 4 fouls. As Braxton Miller trying to find a cutting J.C. Sheldon. Both players laugh about it and don't seem too worried as they still lead by 10. Jayla Smith, the freshman, check into the game. Brooke Moore will sub out. No points for Smith. Jayla Smith winning Indiana Mrs. Basketball last year as a senior.
Big get in recruiting for the Boilermakers. Jayla Smith, the #1 player in Indiana and the top 50 recruit in the entire nation.
Katie Geralds knows something about Miss Basketball, winning it herself in her high school days. Is a foul call on the floor. Becky Harris, the guilty party. Reset under the basket. Janae Terry lofting it up. Dangerous pass. Layden tracks it down. Looked like a wide receiver going for a jump ball. The defensive back. Layden working for a shot. Shot clock dwindling. She'll find Smith. Smith driving right side back out to Layden. Layden deep 3 left side. Too short. Looked good from right in front of us, but just a little too short. Buckeyes trying to put this game in the rearview mirror. And they'll get a foul. They'll get on Madison Layden. That's her second foul, I believe. Mikesell misses the first free throw. And Mikesell splits the pair at the half. Back up to an 11-point lead for the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes 5 for 13 from the line tonight. Not a great terms in terms of free throw shooting, but the lead still is intact.
Buckeyes, rough day from the free throw line. 5 for 13, still an 11-point lead as we get a foul in transition.
Purdue foul number 3, Jayla Smith, her first.
Jayla Smith on the foul. Rex Miller will go to the line for free throws.
At the line.
2 shots for Miller. And now Alex, 5 minutes to go, 11-point lead, and Ohio State in the bonus. So a really dangerous time here for Purdue if they want to pull off this upset.
Really dangerous, shooting 0 for their last 4 from the field, down 11, and all you can do now is send them to the line in tough situations. Still got 5 minutes, definitely still some time on the board with 3 timeouts, but you've got to make something happen quick.
Miller makes 1 of 2, just 6 for 15 on the day for the Buckeyes from the free throw line. So while they have a lead now and Ricky Harris has the steal, she's in transition, nice up and under move, Ricky Harris. Off the steal. Layup in transition, but although the Buckeyes now opening up to a 14-point lead still, some things they could clean up on. Free throws and turnovers as Layden fires away from 3, no foul call. Some contact as Mikesell and the Buckeyes. 14-point lead now, looking to add on. Mikula-Shikova, left hand up and around Woltman. Rebecca Mikula-Shikova, 13 points, and the Buckeyes now a 16-point lead as they've really ran away with this game. On the sideline.
That one almost came into our little broadcast setup right there, David.
You're ready, though. Quick hands.
We were ready.
We're ready for those loose balls as that ball gets tipped into the bleachers. As the Ohio State Buckeyes really taking control in this 4th quarter, an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. As shot clock dwindling, Janae Terry looking for a shot out to Doumbia. Ellis now pump faking as the shot clock expires, and that one, an air ball. As the Boilermakers just really struggling on offense. They'll now put a press against the Ohio State offense.
Buckeyes on an 8-0 run in the last 3 minutes, while the Boilermakers are 0 of their last 6. The Buckeyes, because the Buckeyes are doing what they normally do, shooting 50% from the field, shooting around 40% from the 3. That's exactly what they've done here tonight. They've just committed a lot more turnovers and less offensive rebounds than they normally do. So while the score may not dictate a win for the Boilermakers, I think a mental victory is definitely awarded here for Purdue tonight.
Ricky Harris driving in. She got fouled by Jayla Smith. Harris showing some nice speed off fast breaks. He's looking at the free throws. Ohio State, like you mentioned before, really struggling from the free throw line. But Alex, Purdue, only 3 free throw attempts in this matchup. You usually don't see a number that low at all in men's or women's basketball.
Exactly, but shooting 3-4-3 is one thing that you want to look forward to, as that one goes 4-3.
Rukia Doumbia, her first made basket. The Boilers, 14 points, and Jayla Smith, the steal on the other end, the scoop and the score. Boilers trying to claw their way back into this game. Press coming in the backcourt, and Madison Layden, she gets the steal. Saves it right in front of Katie Geralds. Janae Terry driving in, right hand, yes! Boilers coming alive as they get it down to a 10-point lead, and Ohio State calls timeout.
Still in the bonus, 3 minutes left, up by 10.
Doumbia staying in the game. Poole, nearly a travel. Katie Geralds wanted it. Ohio State will work this clock. Poole loses it again. She gets open now, down low, another steal. Boilermakers in transition. Smith going the other way, right hand. Can't get the friendly roll. Terry, the offensive rebound, and she'll get fouled and head to the line.
11 offensive rebounds for the Boilermakers. They have dominated on the glass tonight.
Janae Terry a chance to get this game back within single digits. Alex, this game has really been a roller coaster for both these teams. We've seen a shootout third quarter. Both teams started slow to start the game. And now a fourth quarter that saw Ohio State get a 16-point lead, but Purdue now back within 9 as Terry sinks the first free throw.
That's why you love the game of basketball. Anything can happen at any moment, and when you've got a little under 3 minutes left to play, still anything can happen.
Terry makes them both. Got the foul, got the offensive board. Now Ohio State on the inbound. J.C. Sheldon working against, trying to beat the press herself. Out to Miller, and now Buckeyes will reset.
Now it's Purdue's turn to play press defense, get physical with the Buckeyes.
Jalen Smith, or excuse me, Braxton Miller driving in. Janae Terry gets the block. Boilers, their chance. Doumbia wide open in the corner. The three rolls out. Nearly a sensational play for the Boilers, but can't hit on the three. So an 8-point Ohio State lead. Mikesell working against Jayla Smith. Shot clock inside 10. Harris the three from the corner. She nails it. Ricky Harris buries the triple. Big time shot for the Buckeyes as their lead now back out to 11. Jayla Smith's three off the mark. That one will go out of bounds. And Alex, really a big time shot by Ricky Harris, who's had a fantastic second half.
6 for 7 for the Buckeyes from their last attempts, and a big three to kind of put the Buckeyes back in a comfortable position. They committed 3 turnovers in the course of a minute that led to that Purdue run.
Mikula Shikova, bit of an early shot maybe. Boilers now in transition. Layden's three off the mark. So Boilers go cold after getting it to an 8-point game. Harris in the corner, and the Buckeyes will just milk this clock, and a foul comes from Janae Terry. So Ohio State, who no guarantees at the line, like we said, 7 for 17 on the day on the free throw line.
This is what you're going to see a lot of here to end the game. Boilermakers going to send the Buckeyes to the line every chance they can with 1:13 ticks left on the clock.
Braxton Miller 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Improves to 3 for 6. And Miller makes them both big time free throws. Back out to a 13-point Ohio State lead as Jayla Smith drives in, gets her own miss, gets blocked by Mikula Shikova down low. Boilers still trying to foul as we are just over a minute to play. J.C. Sheldon doing a great job of getting out of the traps, but finally a foul is called. Or check it, they'll say that ball went out of bounds. So Buckeyes will inbound. Under a minute to go. Still looking for the foul, and they do so. Even down 13, Katie Gerald's squad still fouling. But Alex, looks like this one, a late attempt by the Boilers back in this game, but too little too late, and a little too hot and cold for Katie Gerald's squad today.
Yeah, the Boilermakers have just been so inconsistent shooting the ball. 31% from the field, 17 from outside the arc tonight. They tried to make a comeback, but it just came a little too late. And if you're the Buckeyes now at the line, they're going to keep sending you there. You don't even have to make both. You just need 1 for 2, maybe 2 for 2 occasionally, and then you can allow a couple misses as the lead is now in a comfortable enough position where under a minute the Boilermakers don't have any options left.
Really, Alex, I think this game a little closer than the score would indicate, as the Boilers were in this game throughout the majority of this contest. Janae Terry will drive in, tough take, gets her own rebound. She'll get fouled. But Alex, you mentioned it, 17% from behind the arc, 6 for 35. You think maybe a little more in-game adjustments for the Boilermakers? I mean, 35 threes, only making 6. Maybe try and look for some more down-low post opportunities.
And that's exactly what I think the Boilermakers are lacking in terms of offensive production. Last year, they relied on the 3-ball a lot, and it was not successful. It was one of the hindrances of their offense when they played Iowa in the Big Ten tournament. One of the things that they could not do was shoot the 3-ball. But to keep continuing into this year, knowing you didn't have success last year, it's a little bit confusing. Cass Harden, Madison Layden having some early success in the season. You know that they are kind of reliable, but the Boilermakers have played in the last 11 days. They're getting ready to head to Maryland here, I believe, next week. And when you play in a conference like the Big Ten, you're going to have these tough outings. But to be 6-3, closing in on conference play, I think is a win in of itself for Katie Gerald's and the Purdue Boilermakers, and you snap that 19-game losing streak to top 25 opponents against FSU. Unfortunately, that will pick back up to 0-1 here today with Ohio State.
6 wins on the year for the Boilers, had 7 all of last year, so nearing that win total from a season ago. There's a foul on the Boilers here. 20 seconds to go. Down by 15. And Alex turning the page kind of to Ohio State. We talk about a very crowded Big Ten, like Maryland, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio State. Could you see them as potentially a front runner in the Big Ten regular season race?
I see that Ohio State steadily improving. What I want to see from them is to continue to put up those points. They're first in the nation in scoring offense, averaging almost 90. Boilermakers done a great job holding them under 70 thus far. That might be correct here in a second with the free throws. But I think that who you want to look out for in the Big Ten is Iowa. All-American sophomore Caitlin Clark leading the charge. She led the NCAA in scoring last year as a freshman.
Jayla Smith will heave up a 3. That's no good. As time will run out, and the Buckeyes come out of Mackey Arena with yet another win, their 20th